let's get on with the compound effect. And the book starts by saying that no matter what you learn, what strategy you employ, success comes as a result of the compound effect. The results are going to be guaranteed. The author says that I am the tortoise, not the hare. I am the tortoise. Give me enough time and I can virtually beat anybody, anytime, in any competition. Fascinating, right? I can virtually beat anybody, anytime, in any competition. Not because I am the smartest or the brightest or the best, but because of the positive habits I have cultivated and the consistency in applying those habits. So when you consistently take small steps, make smart choices, and over a long period of time you stick to your consistency, you will see radical difference in your life. The great news is that compound effect is predictable. वो कोई हवा में बात नहीं है. It is predictable, it is measurable, and I am making an addition that it is guaranteed. I have personally witnessed and experienced the magic of compound effect. So I want every one of you to possibly visualize some area of your life that you want to work with. I understand a lot of people might want to work with their health, with their financials, right? With their relationships, with their, some hobby or something which you have been procrastinating all these years. Maybe just visualize one area of your life and then you follow these slides and see if you really apply them, what kind of results that you can accomplish. So Bhavik gets 30 crores, Rajesh gets 1 rupee, and the only addendum to this is that Rajesh will double his money every day. And the game is for a month. I understand you know the game, again I'm saying, but pay attention. Every day the money gets double for Rajesh, and Bhavik has 30 crores right on the day 1. Okay? What happens on day 5? Now let's look at the area. Let us say that we are in the business and we want to build our business. We are looking for clients and all of that because it's a business champions group. On day 5, now दोनों जन मेहनत करते हैं अपने हिसाब से. भाविक को फिक्स है 30 करोड़ मिलने वाला है 30th डे को, 30th करोड़ मिलने वाला है, फिक्स है. राजेश गेट्स 1 रुपी और वो डबल हो रहा है. After 5 days, I want you all to understand what Rajesh's mindset, and that's the mindset of all of us that we have. At the end of 5 days, Rajesh says that I have 16 rupees and Bhavik has 30 crores. Rajesh comes to Malay. Malay says, Rajesh, don't worry. Don't lose your motivation. आप motivate करो, आपका हो जाएगा, आप चलते रहो. Okay, Rajesh agreed. On 10th day, राजेश इज लूजिंग पेशेंस. बोल रहा है मेरे को तो खाली 500 रुपया है यार, 10 दिन से मैं मेहनत कर रहा हूं, मेरे पास सिर्फ 500 रुपया और ये भाविक 30 करोड़ लेके बैठा है. नाउ राजेश इज लूजिंग पेशेंस, एंड दिस इज ऑल व्हाट वी डू. आफ्टर वर्किंग फॉर 10 days, if our business is not really growing, we are likely to lose patience and we are likely to think that this is not my cup of tea. ये मलाई बकवास कर रहा है, ये कुछ होने वाला नहीं है, अननेसेसरीली मैं मेरा टाइम वेस्ट कर रहा हूँ. आई एम गेटिंग ओनली 5 लाख रुपीज, एंड दिस इज द पॉइंट वेयर राजेश इज लाइकली टू क्विट द गेम. ये मेरे को गेम नहीं खेलना है, ये मैं जीतने वाला कोई पॉसिबिलिटी नहीं है. 20 दिन हो गया यार, 30 में से कुछ भी नहीं हो रहा है मेरा. फ्रेंड, दिस इज हाउ व्हाट वी थिंक इन आवर बिजनेस, इन व्हाट एवर वी डू. हमारे पास पेशेंस कम हो गया है. We have become so impatient that we are not willing to play the long game. We do not have faith or trust in our ability that we will make it if we keep going. If you quit, now there is Rajesh has one possibility that वो बोल रहा है अभी मैं म्यूचुअल फंड क्विट कर देता हूँ क्योंकि इसमें कुछ नहीं है. Let me start with insurance, for example. What happens, guys? The moment Rajesh decided to quit mutual fund and get to insurance, he gets back to day 1. Can we understand this game? Now he has to start again with day 1. तो वो 5 lakhs पे था, अभी 1 रुपया पे फिर से आ गया. The game, friends, if Rajesh continues, he persists and he shows consistency in actions, taking right actions. Only if he persists, then the game starts getting serious on day 27 out of 38. Now this is a serious game. Now he thinks that चलो 6 करोड़ तो हुआ 30 के सामने, भले 20% ही है लेकिन 6 करोड़ तो हुआ. But friends, most of the times we don't have patience to wait till the day 27. We more often than not give it up, quit, lose patience, and don't work with the same energy, same enthusiasm, same dedication. We start to lose our belief in our own abilities and our own talents. But only 2% or 3% of the people who continues taking the same action, just continue, खाली continue करने के लिए बैठे बैठे continue नहीं होता है. We have to take action and we continue work with the same level of energy and determination. Then the game starts serious at the end of 27 day. 28वां दिन 13 crores, and friends, 30th day Rajesh is going to surpass Bhavi. This is the time when he gets 53 crores. 20वें दिन पे खाली 5 लाख था, 30th दिन को 53 crores हो गया. How do we, I know a lot of us possibly would have known this game, but how do we relate this game to our business, to our whatever we are doing? How likely we are going to quit on day 20th or day 22nd or day 25? Are we willing to play the game to the full, have belief in our abilities, talent, and get into action and continue to remain in action for a long period of time, so that the compound effect gets triggered only when you stay in the game for a long time? Now the dilemma is this. Hina is here. Dilemma is this. She said, sir, I don't know whether I am on day 5 today or day 25 or day 15. I don't know. Should I still continue? So that is the dilemma, right? That मैं कौन से ये कव पर मैं अभी कहाँ पर हूँ, ये किसी को नहीं मालूम कि आप कहाँ पर है. कव पे कहाँ पर हो किसी को नहीं मालूम. This 27 day could be 27 months for a few people, could be 5 years for a few people. It depends. It all depends where are you on this curve. But one thing is guaranteed, that if you stay long enough, the compound effect will get triggered and you will get this kind of positive result if you stay in the game long enough. But what happens is, हमारा mindset कैसे चलता है? Today we are all living in fast food world. We have all what we call microwave mentality. 30 seconds में गर्म हो जाना चाहिए खाना. Correct? Microwave mentality. We are not willing to play long. We all need short-term results. आज किया तो कल आना चाहिए. कैसे? We all believe success should be as fast as fast food. We all believe success should be as fast as अभी ग्लासेस करने को दिया, 1 hour में ग्लासेस मुझे मिल जाने चाहिए. वो पहले जमाना गया, 3 दिन होता था, हफ्ता होता था, 1 घंटे में ग्लासेस मिलना चाहिए. अभी मैंने व्हाट्सएप किया, मैंने पराग भाई को व्हाट्सएप किया, मुझे इमीडिएटली रिप्लाई आना चाहिए. ब्लू टिक आ गया, रिप्लाई आना चाहिए. वी आर नॉट विलिंग टू वेट लॉन्ग इनफ एंड we are all into a microwave mentality, and which is also called lottery mentality. So friends, how does compound effect work is shown beautifully in this chart. On the left side, what we call y-axis is the result, and on the horizontal line, which is x-axis, we have the time, which is months. And this is your choices, your behavior, your actions, your habits. This is what our actions are, right? Over a long period of time, if you see this curve, he is tied up with that monthly example or the game. Up to 26 days, you don't see much difference. But the moment the compound effect gets triggered, जिसके पॉजिटिव चॉइसेस, हैबिट्स एंड बिहेवियर्स है, उसको रिजल्ट्स मिलना एकदम से ऊपर चालू हो जाएगा, और जिसका पुअर चॉइसेस, बिहेवियर एंड हैबिट्स है, उसका रिजल्ट नीचे जाना चालू हो जाएगा. इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग टू नो, वेदर वी नो or we don't know, whether we are conscious or we are not, the compound effect is working in our life. Our life we end up with is simply an accumulation of all our choices. Isn't that true? Biggest challenge is that it is not about your intentional, जब आप सोच के brainstorm करके discussion करके आप choice लेते हैं, right? It's not about that. It is about the sleepwalking. ये बहुत एक important word है. The heading मैंने दिया है वो sleepwalking through series of small poor choices. हमको पता भी नहीं है हम क्या choice करते हैं रोज के रोज में, क्योंकि अगर मुझे consciously decide करना है that what choice I want to make, nobody intends to become obese. It doesn't intend to become obese. Nobody intends to go through the bankruptcy, right? Or get a divorce. But often those consequences are a series of small poor choices. वो एक बड़ा चॉइस का कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वो छोटा चॉइस, इतने सारे हमने इतने छोटे पुअर चॉइसेस किया है that once it has become a big problem for us. It is the frequent small seemingly inconsequential choices that are of grave concern. Now what are these? A classic example. You inhale a soda and a packet of potato chips and suddenly realize only after you have finished the last chip that you blew away an entire day of healthy eating. And you were not even hungry. Can you see that? ये तो हम लोग सबसे होता है. ऑफिस से आ गए और कुछ पी लिया, थम्स अप पी लिया, कोक पी लिया, पोटैटो चिप्स खा लिया, वो कुछ खा लिया. We are not even hungry and we blew away an entire day of healthy eating. Why? Not that हमने consciously कुछ किया, but हमको ऐसी आदत पड़ गई है. There is these are mosquitoes, friends. Which is, if somebody is onto a health plan, these are the mosquitoes. We are not even aware of what we are doing. You get caught up and lose 2 hours of watching mindless TV. ऑफिस से आके काउच पे बैठ गए, टीवी चालू है, टीवी 2 घंटा 3 घंटा देख लिया, पता भी नहीं है what we are doing. The magic is not in complexity of a task, but in doing simple things repeatedly and long enough to ignite the miracle of compound effect. Simple things, smart things, repeatedly, long enough, you will see the miracle of compound effect. Teacher asked a child to pull up that sapling. What did the child do? Child pulled up the sapling and gave it to the teacher. Then teacher said, pull up a more established sapling. वो एकदम छोटा वाला नहीं, a little bit established sapling. The student went there. With little difficulty, he was able to pull out that established sapling and gave it to the teacher. All right. Now teacher said, pull up a well-developed evergreen. Means developed a kind of structure of tree. Not tree, or sapling, but more developed. And this time, it was difficult for the student to pull that up. Because it had the roots grounded, and it was very difficult for the student to pull that up. But very difficult, and with lot of difficulty, the student was able to dig that out from the ground. Gave it to the teacher. The teacher pointed to and said, "Pull up that mighty oak tree." And the student started laughing. that I will not be able to even pull it. I'm not going to even try. Now this is the classic example of the habits that we develop over time. The more the habits are, the more older they get, the more bigger they get, the deeper the roots grow, the harder they are to uproot. Our habits and routines allow us to use minimum energy so that we don't have to exert our brain. वो automatic हो जाता है. And we don't like to, our body and the mind is designed in a way that we don't like to be to use our brain more, because our brain consumes maximum energy. And therefore a daily routine built on good habits is the difference that separates successful people from others. There is a guy who says that I eat burger and nothing happens. मुझे कुछ नहीं होता है, मैं तो बर्गर खाता हूँ, क्या हुआ? कुछ नहीं. वो बोलता है मैं तो 2 सिगरेट रोज पीता हूँ, क्या होता है? कुछ नहीं. He is saying that I did not make that call. You remember the 10th call? I did not make the 10th call. I procrastinated and I made the call next day. What happened? Nothing. I am not fired from the job. I am not bankrupt. I am doing reasonably good. What happens? Nothing. In the short period of time, nothing happens because you know that curve. Up to 26 days, good or bad habits, you all will go. The results are not going to be any drastically different. But it is only when you think long term. Indulge in bad habits doesn't seem to have any negative effect in the moment. Today, it's not having any negative effect. But that doesn't mean you haven't activated the compound effect. A plane that starts from Los Angeles here in California and it has to reach to New York. यहाँ से यहाँ तक. If you change the direction of the nose of the plane by just 1 degree, pay attention, this is very important. If you change the direction of the plane nose by 1 degree, एक ही डिग्री है, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? जो डायरेक्शन है एक ही डिग्री. By the time it reaches from the west coast to the east coast, New York, it is 150 miles off the target, off course from the New York City. 1%, 1 degree change is not going to be any visible change that we see in the moment. But by the time you reach your goal, supposed to reach your target, you are off course by 150 miles. This is the power of compound effect. So don't get delusioned by those आज कुछ नहीं हुआ. It is nudging you. A single poor habit which doesn't look like much in the moment can ultimately lead you miles off course from your goal. When you make choice and when you make decision, it drives your behavior. That is your action. And your repeat action, it becomes your habit. This habit, when you continue this repeated action over a long period of time, it gets compounded. That's where you get the compound effect. And then you are able to accomplish your goals, whatever is your goal. So this is one of the best formula that you can apply in your life.